Alarming last warning. Why exactly is this your last chance to get Cardano? Cardano ADA news today. Cardano chief Charles Hoskinson laid out his roadmap for Cardano in 2022 in a recent educational vlog on YouTube. Hoskinson's main focus was developing an extended UTXO smart contract model for smart contracts on Cardano. Cardano has supported smart contracts since the Alonzo hard fork. Hoskinson draws a distinction between the way Bitcoin smart contracts are written, how Ethereum Virtual Machine (EVM) smart contracts are written, and how Cardano seeks to occupy a middle ground. Today we're going to talk all about what Charles Hoskinson revealed about future plans of Cardano and why this is the last chance to buy Cardano. So watch this video till the end, because today's video is going to be the bomb. Welcome to Cardano Land, your daily dose of Cardano. If you're interested in everything around Cardano, this is the place for you. Subscribe if you want to stay updated with all the Cardano news, predictions, and stay one step ahead in the crypto world. Make sure to hit the like button for us to provide you with more Cardano news. Don't forget to enable all notifications to join our weekly cash giveaway pinned in the comments. Before we get to our topic, let's take a look at the chart and see what the price of ADA is doing on the 1st of February, shall we? Cardano ADA has been consolidating inside a tight range for a while, but it appears that a possible breakout is likely incoming over the next few days. Key support levels $1.92. Key resistance levels $1.1, $1.2. ADA has been moving between the key support at $1 and the resistance at $1.1 over the past week, unable to break free. Last Wednesday there was an attempt to move above the key resistance, but sellers pushed ADA back to the consolidation range. At the time of recording, the price action continues its consolidation on low volume, probably due to the weekend, which may anticipate a major move in the coming week. The current bias is neutral. ADA needs to break out from the existing range to change this bias and get its next direction. Now let's get back to the topic. Hoskinson elaborates on Bitcoin's UTXO system. Bitcoin smart contracts are written in a language called Forth, which is functional in nature. The smart contracts contain functions that operate on UTXO inputs to give UTXO outputs. The functions contain terms and conditions defined by the language as to how expressive they can be. The expressiveness of a language is the breadth of an idea that can be represented and communicated in that language. As one moves along the spectrum from least expressive to most expressive, one finds programming environments like the Java Virtual Machine, on which Minecraft runs, at the most expressive end. The EVM falls somewhere close to being fully expressive, but has limits on its expressiveness due to scarcity reasons. Cardano is looking to find a middle ground between the Bitcoin UTXO smart contract model and the EVM model, and create an extended UTXO, eUTXO model. The reason behind this is simple. Are there features that the EVM is using that are not necessary for a DeFi application, which is being paid for by users of the EVM? If there is, one can remove the superfluous features of EVM while retaining the functional paradigm of Bitcoin. Cardano's new model aims to do this. Most of the coding for Cardano is done using the programming language Haskell. The company favors functional languages due to their resistance to ambiguity and human error than other languages, and because they are easier to verify from a mathematical standpoint. eUTXO must be done by October, says Hoskinson. Hoskinson wants much of the development work on the new eUTX model to be done by October, and is willing to spare no expense. There are 3 hard forks to watch for in 2022, one in February, one in June, and one in October. The company behind Cardano, Input Output Global, has 100 engineers dedicated to building different parts of the new software stack and has enlisted 15 external companies to provide code. Hoskinson believes that most of the scientific work is already done, and now all that remains to do is coding. Cardano ADA supporters were pleased to get 2 updates from IOHK, the team behind the crypto project's development. On December 24th, the founder of Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, spoke for 30 minutes in a new video explaining some of his goals for the next year. My goal for the second half of 2022 is to figure out how to put all the pieces together to get an end-to-end microfinance transaction on Cardano, Hoskinson said during his video. Hoskinson further noted that a formalized open source system would be introduced that would be similar to Linux. A formal open source project structure is going to be formed, kind of like Hyperledger to Linux, the Cardano founder disclosed. Hoskinson also said there are almost 15 companies working on Cardano right now across the world. The sun never sets for the project. The Cardano executive stressed, "We need to make that hundreds, and then eventually thousands. We need institutions like universities and nation-states to actively cooperate and collaborate and have a stake in the success of this project." IOHK blog post highlights RealFi and the greenest coin complement. In addition to Hoskinson's 30-minute YouTube talk on Christmas Eve, the development team behind Cardano, IOHK, also published a post that explains how users can introduce family members and friends to ADA during the holidays. The post explains how the Cardano team is focused on decentralized finance, DeFi, but refers to it as RealFi. The blog post details that there are around 1 billion people with no legal identity, and this is where RealFi can help. There's where Cardano steps in, thanks to Real Finance, or RealFi, IOHK's blog post details. Cardano can give those billion people an identity, a digital identity, in fact, which they can use to access finance. RealFi creates value and opportunity for the real people who really need these things. IOHK's blog post also highlights the fact that the network uses a negligible amount of energy consumption in comparison to Bitcoin's proof-of-work consumption. The development team noted how it was dubbed the greenest coin back when ADA saw some limelight after Elon Musk criticized the BTC network's energy consumption. IOHK added, "You have probably heard about climate change, an energy crisis, etc. Cardano is very much a green blockchain, as it consumes far less energy to produce new blocks than the Bitcoin or Ethereum networks. That's because Ouroboros is a proof-of-stake protocol." Cardano ADA managed to jump over 8% in value during the last 24 hours and is up more than 25% over the last week. Year-to-date statistics indicate that ADA is up 887%, but the crypto asset is down 49.2% from its all-time high of $3.09 per unit on September 2, 2021. At the time of writing, ADA's 24-hour price range has been between $1.43 and $1.59 per unit. Now let's talk about, will Cardano make it to the third position again in 2022? Cardano lost its third position in September to Tether, despite unleashing smart contract and dApp features. In August 2021, Cardano's ADA token skyrocketed by 150% and became the third largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. Unfortunately, the digital token couldn't keep the crown for a longer time. Towards September, ADA lost its position to Tether and Binance Coin. Since then, Cardano's price has been on a downward trend. Although ADA has positioned itself as a major Ethereum killer, the value seems to be gloomy. Therefore, we explore Cardano's possibility to get back its third position in 2022. Cardano began 2021 on a positive note, but towards the end of the year, it got tumbled upon major distractions that eventually affected its price. In the first 9 months of the past year, the growth took Cardano's price up by 1,400%, only to push it down by 60% in the end. At the time of writing, ADA is being traded for $1.33 with a market capitalization of $44.58 billion. Currently, Cardano is occupying the 6th position in the cryptocurrency market. With decentralized applications and smart contracts on board, ADA might encounter a possible spike in 2022, which will help the digital token retain its third position and reach a new all-time high. Well, that's it for today's video, guys. Also, we would like to mention that this is not a channel intended specifically to provide financial advice, and we do not ask you to invest in any company. This is merely a channel directed towards bringing educational content to your doorsteps. With that in mind, before you invest in anything, we recommend you do thorough, wide-spectrum research on the topic. And make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time on Cardano Land. Bye!